Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. Gets fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McMahon. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. That, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take it. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Shit, shit. Shit.
Off the bootleg. McMahon, they'll roll him out right. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now Cohen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
70, Indy.
To throw on 2nd down. McMahon, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
We got 4.
Operating from the gun. McMahon gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14, Chiefs 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Norris. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now McFadden running right. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Yellow.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. Now McFadden. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 17-0 our score after one.
Yellow. 180. Ready? Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On 2nd and 9. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Go. Come. 52. Deep grip.
From the gun, McMahon. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2nd and 4. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Exit.
Operating from the gun, McMahon. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. As the Bears push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll buy some. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, McMahon. He's got his tight end, Jake Bunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, McMahon, and he completes it to Cohen. Skirts by him at the 35, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here you go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Delta. 55.
Operating from the gun, McMahon. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Get that ball. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Shoot.
Throwing again. McMahon is going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 20. On the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 1st down, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mahomes. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, They've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
At the 38-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 25, check 25, check 25. Check.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I know you feel that.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looking to throw. McMahon. The open man is Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
First down.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
On first down, Grant. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Tight left. You got three down. Ready.
From the gun, McMahon. He completes this into the hands of Miller. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
18 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Chiefs,
60
31-yard
Pittsburgh.
line.
Here we go. Slam.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, McMahon. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darrell Henderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. There he goes left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Bears 41, Chiefs nothing. Fairbairn set to kick.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Mahomes going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go. 15. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 39.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges.
Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not that time for Watkins. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
On the carry is Henderson. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run once more with Henderson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Grant. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 26, check 26. Now.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No.
It's caught inside the 25. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
On first down, Grant. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Let's go.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Let's go. 60 picks, sir.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Down. 8 read. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Switch.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession.